Howdy, folks. Welcome back to She-Hulk. We are up to Season 1, Episode 8, Ribbit and Rip It. I saw a tiny bit of the description before I came in here, and it looks like it's going to be a lawyer-y episode. That's fine. They said this would be a lawyer-y kind of show with some humor, a little bit of cameos and things thrown in, and that's been what it is. Like I said at the end of the last episode, I've enjoyed every episode. I may want a little more meat, and I don't mean by that more cameos. I mean a meatier story that follows through all of the episodes. But we're not getting that kind of meat, but it's still enjoyable. It's just not quite what I was hoping for, but it's still enjoyable. I still rank it above a couple of other Disney Plus Marvel shows. So there's a whole Daredevil thing, and it's Marvel's own fault. They're the ones who teased that in the trailer, at the end of the trailer, that he would be in the show, and then they gave us that scene with his helmet. So they're the ones who are keep teasing us with that. So it is something I want to see. I thought it would be last episode. No. I think there's only one more episode after this. So if it's not this one, then I guess it's going to be the last episode. But this one's going to be a bit of a case of the week sort of thing. So let's see if the case of the week is fun and entertaining, because I do enjoy the characters. The characters last week were amazing. At the resort. And Jen and her law office friends are all, and colleagues are also enjoyable characters. So I don't mind that at all. And let's see where we go.
What else are you gonna do?
It's gonna be a lawyer. I just noticed something. In that previously on, the scene where she jumps down on top of that guy, the one who likes She-Hulk but doesn't really like Jen, and they show her face. Again, I don't care about the CGI, but I just noticed they've improved it. Even in that previously on, that's different CGI than what was in the actual episode. They had much more detail on her forehead than was in that one. So, at least to my memory, that's the case. Again, don't care about the CGI. That doesn't bother me. I do notice when it's wonky, but it doesn't ruin the show for me. I like to think that Emil Blonsky really has reformed. I know he was kind of I'll use the word bad guy in the first Hulk movie, or I guess the second Hulk movie, the first one in the MCU. But I think he has reformed. I think he really has. I hope. If they have a big Hulk battle, all the Hulks kind of fighting, and I hope that they decide to put him on the good side this time. I think in the comics maybe he was on the bad side, but I think that'd be kind of a cool twist. Or at least make him an anti-hero of some kind.
The store might be closed.
This is the frog guy?
The guard.
And then next, degree burns all over my legs.
Oh, you should be in a hospital then, sir. If it's third-degree burns, you shouldn't be out walking around. That's kind of not possible.
I mean,
Senior, look, it's very important that we keep
his father's happy.
Eugene is also
not down to wherever it is you get your ugly clothes from.
See you in court.
Uh-oh. No more cool clothes? Unless there'll be a happy ending, right? Aha! Here we get the Daredevil. Finally. At least Matt Murdock.
May I remind you that the Sokovia Accords have been repealed.
The Sokovia Accords have been repealed? I don't think we knew that. That's major. That can also explain... I was thinking about that. With things like Ms. Marvel and stuff like that and other shows. And some of the more recent movies with some superheroes coming into existence. Or that we're learning about them for the first time. I was wondering, how come they're not all being forced to sign the Sokovia Accords? Isn't that like a big deal? Weren't people superheroes put in prison because they didn't do it? And now we finally hear, officially at least, from the words of somebody in the universe that they no longer exist. I guess they had to do that, right? After Civil War. They needed to put them in place to cause the events in Civil War, but they had to remove them. Otherwise, they couldn't have the freedom to do a lot of the superhero stories they wanted to do. Can you imagine all the future MCU movies and TV shows requiring like permission from the government before the superheroes could act. So that's good to hear. Finally, at least to my ear, I don't think we've heard it before that it's officially they've officially been repealed. So cool, very cool.
Operate in the
Jen. No.
No, yeah.
Because I hate you now.
We're all feeling this, right? It's not just me.
Yeah, I was feeling it, and I didn't like what I was feeling. And not because I don't think that Jen and Matt would be a kind of a cool couple, but what I didn't feel and didn't like was if they're bringing Matt Murdock back in, I kind of like the relationship he had in the Netflix series and what he's had in the comics. And, you know, I don't know if they're going to bring her character in or not, but I really like that relationship more. But it can still be fun, so whatever.
Roast tech bro.
Dollars?
I got that.
Yeah, so, I mean, you gotta see it, right? I love Wakanda. You know, I actually studied abroad there.
Really?
Really? I don't think he did.
Wakanda forever!
Goodbye.
Oh, there's that wonk. I told you. The CGI doesn't bother me, but it takes me out of it when it's really obvious that every time she walks, where you can see her legs, it's just so weird.
Oh, and I'm billing you for
Okay, so we believe that guy who bought the Wakandan spear is with the bad guys, right? Was that going to come back? I mean, I don't think they're going to... Well, the Wakandan spear... No, it won't hurt her. I don't think. Right? I mean, vibranium doesn't hurt Hulks, does it? I'm just wondering if that'll come back at some point. How can you have a famous secret lair? Those words are contradictory.
Okay, I'm gonna try to...
The super suit. She's going to put on the super suit. Oh, it's Daredevil. That's Daredevil on the roof. Why is he coming after him? I don't understand why Matt would come after him unless he's done something criminal. Matt wouldn't do this just because he misused the other suit, or suit is Taylor. Huh.
You're very annoying.
Yeah, the problem here is, if she ever gets a hold of him, she could kill Matt Murdock if she wanted to. She's not really a trained fighter, and he is very much a trained fighter, and very easily can dodge her moves. She just caused a ton of property damage there. Also, I'm trying to figure out why still that he's after him. I'm sure he'll point it out in our discussion, but in the discussion with her, with Jen. So, I guess we'll wait and see. Oh, that's a Hulk slap there. That wasn't the one she did before, or is it? Maybe it was just the same one she did with against Hulk, where it was like she repeated multiple ones and it could actually affect him. Maybe it was just one of those. Seemed more aggressive, though, than the one she did before.
The bad guy here, he kidnapped Luke Jacobson. He's holding him hostage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it makes sense now.
The gold devil.
Oh, they're playing the Daredevil music in the background, the Netflix music.
Let's ketchup and mustard as your color scheme.
Yeah, reference to the red and yellow. I like the all red one, honestly. I know the red and yellow is a little more comic accurate, although he had like a full yellow suit at one point.
I tell Luke you said that.
No. Oh, crap. I'll go leave a note.
Yeah. She has to pay for a lot of damaged cars and property.
A warehouse full of goons.
Remind me again, who has the superpowers here? I'm
Hey, Murdock has superpowers too.
pointing at myself.
She's digging them. They are at least hinting at potentiality here. Not that there's anything is going to come of it, but
Okay.
it would be kind of cool.
I guess that's pretty cool.
Really? He armed his goons with little mini crossbows? Come on, man. Give us a good Daredevil hallway fight. Awesome. Channel 1, sub-channel 0? These guys not even pick a unique channel and sub-channel on their walkies? Uh-huh. You guys think you're going to actually do anything to Daredevil? Okay. Oh, I love Jen's entrance.
She-Hulk smash. You guys are really kind of doing it for me. It's sad that you thought that would work.
Try not to get too bloated between now and then.
He's really, really rude to all of his clients, I take it. Not just Jen, but he particularly doesn't like Jen for some reason. I mean, the events of this episode would be one reason, I guess.
When do you...
They are definitely hinting at these two as kind of a romantic couple, which, like I said, for a fan of She-Hulk, I think it's cool. For a fan of Daredevil, at least the Netflix version, I'm like, you have somebody who loves you and you love. But we'll see where it goes in the MCU. I mean, this is a different Daredevil. This is the MCU version.
Head to New York. All of that just...
Oh, wow. Yeah, they're going there. Yeah, they didn't even have anything awkward and comedic interrupt them. They went there. Cool.
We're doing the gala? That doesn't feel right. Is next episode the finale?
Yes, it is. Finally, the scene from the trailer where she comes out in the silver-like dress.
Well, that's certainly a mouthful.
Okay, so he's the reveal in this one, like she said, is going to be him as the bad guy, obviously, right?
Tara Hunter, Alice Chen,
Oh no, they're giving it to a whole bunch of different women.
Joanne Torres.
I'm not the kind of person who's like uber politically correct or anything like that, but it does seem really weird that they keep stressing this whole female lawyer thing. I mean, they're lawyers, aren't they? What's it like being a female lawyer? What's it like being a lawyer?
Being asked what it's like being a female.
There you go. Which guy is that? Is that the one who took her blood? Wow, she seriously lost control there for a bit. I mean, I understand why, but I didn't think that was capable. She was capable of that. I didn't think she had anger issues. That was kind of set up early on in this show that she doesn't have anger issues. She clearly had anger issues there, and like was not being taken over by an alternate personality. But you're gonna be an after credit? No after credit scene here either, or mid credit. So she seriously has anger issues there, though. Obvious. I mean, like I said, we know why. We could tell why she was triggered, but I didn't think she could go there. I didn't think she could kind of lose control, which she almost did. The whole stuff was like losing control, but she reined it in at the end there, holding her hands up, realizing that she needed to stop. But that's interesting. So I take it's the video there from her bedroom was not Daredevil. That was probably the guy who took her blood, right? Who set up his phone or set up a hidden camera or something. I have to go back and look at what she was wearing at the time, but I think so. I'm going to have to assume that. Which means he is tied to the intelligentsia, which means he is tied to, which we knew, which I believe means he's tied to that a-hole client that tried to hit on her. I think he's involved, although we don't have confirmation of that. I still think he is, though. Let's get back to the Daredevil stuff. The Daredevil stuff was really cool. I didn't think they would jump to them jumping in bed. I could tell they were trying to set up sort of a little romantic thing between them, a little bit of sexual tension, but I didn't think they would, release that tension in the first episode. But like I said, from a She-Hulk viewer and She-Hulk fan, I think that's cool. That's a really cool relationship. I don't know what they're going to do to bring in other characters from the Netflix series, for instance. They might bring any of them in, or from the comics, for that matter, for Daredevil. In which case, there could be other relationships there that Daredevil would have. And the way Matt Murdock was played in the Netflix series, he's not the kind of guy who would just jump in bed with somebody on the first night that he's ever met them, right? Didn't seem like his way of doing things. So obviously this is really a different Matt Murdock. This is the MCU Matt Murdock. He's a bit different. He's more brash. He's more less introspective, I guess. More extrovert. But it was cool. Great fight scene. I love the hallway scene they gave us, which is kind of a nod to the Netflix Daredevil stuff. And then, of course, Jen had to come in and just smash through the ceiling, which I loved. So we got an actual kind of action fight episode here, which was cool. I didn't expect it. I thought it would be mostly the case with the frog guy, but his case was over like almost immediately. And then his villainy was over pretty quickly after that. It was really, as she said, kind of setting up the finale. So the Intelligentsia has managed to... First of all, why was Damage Control there already? Huh? Question. Raised eyebrow, which I can't really do very well. Damage Control was there because somebody alerted them that this might happen. So who at Damage Control is a part of the Intelligentsia? And the Intelligentsia tried to make her look like a monster. I don't like, but I mean, it's interesting that they said you stole the power from the Hulk, which we got from the board, right? The board was all like, you know, they were trying to imply that Hulk was their guy and she's somehow substandard or in this case, they're trying to portray her as stealing it from him, which she didn't do, obviously. They are related. I think they know they're related, right? That's public knowledge, too. They know that Hulk is Bruce Banner. They know that she's Jen Walters, and they know that they're cousins. So I don't know why anybody would buy the whole thing about her stealing it from him. Although they might say, well, you took it from your cousin, right? See if there's anything in the post-credits drawings here that is of interesting. The guy bidding on the spear. Will the spear come up and play a part in the finale? Don't know. Jen in Daredevil clothing next to the bed, messed up bed, obviously. Yeah. Her dad again. Matcher, yeah, but I don't think she was doing any dating. That's a S.H.I.E.L.D. logo. Huh. I know I'm skipping over them because they don't last 10 seconds. I think I'm probably missing some of them. Yeah. I am missing some of them. We've seen some of these before. There's, as she put it, the walk of shame, her friend put it. It wasn't really a walk of shame. I don't think he was shameful at all of what he did. Yeah, some of these we still haven't seen. If we're ever going to see them, they might just be, atmospheric drawings. But so what will the finale be? They've tried to discredit her. They've made her get angry and destroy things. So in the eye of the public, they might start seeing her as not just your friendly neighborhood Hulk lawyer, as actually kind of a threat, like they did with Hulk. Remember, he said in the beginning, once they see you do that kind of stuff, they'll never forget it. But, I mean, Hulk destroyed a whole town, and by the time of Endgame, he's like, kids are coming up to him and getting selfies with him, so I don't know how true that is, really. I don't think they're going to hold it against her, but they're trying to. Now, is she going to have to go to court? Is there going to be criminal charges for the destruction? Well, destruction of property wouldn't necessarily be criminal charges. Well, they could be, but probably more civil. Is she going to go to court? Are they going to do the final episode in court? Or is it going to be a bigger battle? Is Bruce coming back at all? I don't think he will. I think she's got to deal with this on her own. And, of course, Matt has left. This is the next night. And he said he had to leave that day, so he's gone. So I don't think she's going to be backed up by anybody, per se, superhero-wise. I think it's something she's going to have to deal with. But I'm kind of wondering, what do you guys think? Are they going to do this all in court in the final episode? Is it going to be a legal battle? Or is it going to be a Hulk battle? Hulk smash battle, She-Hulk smash battle sort of thing. Damage Control wants... I mean, they went there with their weapons, which I don't know that they would work on Hulks, but they are smaller versions of the weapon that they used on the Incredible Hulk in that movie, the ones that were mounted on top of the Humvees. I saw a lot of people point out that they look like miniature versions of those, so they could theoretically immobilize her or at least suppress her, or beat her back, essentially. Not that they would hurt her per se. But it looks like she's giving up, like she's realized she's done something wrong, and she's like, I'm done. Is she going to be taken into custody by them and then put on trial? Or is she going to be taken into custody and thrown in a prison, like that same prison where Blonsky was, thinking that she's a threat? I imagine, since they have the set, we're going to... Oh, Blonsky, hello. Blonsky exists, as well as those other powered people that she met at the resort, of course. But I think we're going to see that set where Blonsky was. I think they're going to put her in there. She'll be in Gen form. She'll think that she did snap. She did go too far. She will still think it's wrong. But somehow she has to get out and stop the people or expose the people who did this to her. And I'm guessing that Blonsky will play a part in that. He may or may not become Abomination to do so. Maybe Wong will come back and help. Maybe we'll get to see his girlfriend again. But that's how I kind of think it's going to go down. I think the next episode is going to start with her being in that cell. And then where it goes from there, I don't know. Is it going to be in the court where it's decided? Is it going to be... Does she get broken out and go find the people who are behind all this and expose them or shut them down? I honestly don't know. I could see this series going multiple seasons. I don't recall if they've said there is another season of it yet or not. But this is the kind of thing you could theoretically see because it really is episodic in nature, where it really could be in multiple seasons. So maybe it's not going to end with a great resolution. Maybe it'll end with setting up a next season or something. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. This was a fun, really fun episode. I really enjoyed this quite a bit. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.